Have you ever wondered how much it costs to buy a home? Yes, there are costs, and you've come to the right place because I'm going to go over the costs associated with buying a property. Let's go! Did you know that in other countries, such as Hong Kong, and I forget whether in France you have to pay a realtor, but in other countries, you actually have to pay a realtor even when you're a buyer. And a lot of times that's an extra cost. Over here, you don't need to worry about that. So that's definitely an expense that you're saving. And yeah, make sure you take advantage of that. So if you're buying a property, make sure you hire a realtor because it doesn't cost you anything extra. So I was taking a client out the other day to look at a property and they absolutely loved it. And the client asked me, are there costs associated with buying a home? Well, absolutely. For example, when you actually get a mortgage, there is cost of borrowing the money from the bank. They are going to charge you something. They're not going to lend you the money for free, not for free. So yes, it does cost something. And above that, the next thing you need to consider is if you're actually putting more than 20% down for your down payment, you actually can save on something called mortgage premium insurance. Make sure you stay till the end of the video because I'm going to share one more hidden cost with you when you buy a home. If you're putting more than 20% down for a down payment, you're going to save on something called the mortgage insurance premiums. And basically that magic number is 20%. So as an example, let's say you're buying a home for $100,000 and you come up with 20%, which is exactly 20% for the down payment. You will actually save on the premium. And if you actually put less than 20% down, let's say you're putting only 19.9 and lower, you will have to pay that insurance premium, unfortunately. Boo! But that's the cost of borrowing. The next thing that you could potentially incur is something called the property appraisal fee. Now, the fees can cost anywhere from $250 all the way up to potentially $800. And depending on the bank and the mortgage broker you deal with, sometimes the bank will forego the cost. You don't have to pay for it, but sometimes they actually might pass on the cost to you. It all depends on the lender and the bank that you're dealing with. If you like my video, it would mean the world to me if you actually subscribe and also smash that like button because it would really help me create more content for you. Also, if you are moving to town or maybe you already live in town and you want someone fun like me to help you find a home, call me anytime. I'd love to help you. You can reach me by phone number, email, snail mail, I don't know. You can even send a pigeon carrier. You can do Morse code, whatever you want. I'd love to help you. Depending on where you live in Canada, some provinces might have something called a land transfer tax. Now, in Alberta, we're very, very fortunate right now. We actually don't need to worry about that. So don't even worry about that right now. So you find this home and you really, really like it, but you're not that handy. So you decide to get or hire a home inspector. So the next cost is the home inspection cost. And depending on the size of the home, there's a lot of factors in terms of how much they cost. And the range that I've seen is between $350 all the way up to $550 to about $1,500. It depends on the type of package that you want, whether you want a very, very basic home inspection package to something a little bit more elaborate and more detailed. And also another factor to consider is the type of home you're buying, whether the inspector is going to do a 1-bedroom apartment versus a big home that's got 6 bedrooms or an acreage or something with a swimming pool. Yes, those are something to consider. Another fee you need to know is that there are legal fees. So when you buy a home, you need to go hire a lawyer. And one of the primary purposes of hiring a lawyer is to help you transfer your name from the previous owner to your name, and also to help transfer all the funds from your lender to the seller's lawyer, and to make sure there's no liens or anything on the property and everything goes as smooth as possible. So yes, legal fees is another fee. Then there's moving expense, your moving cost. If you have friends that can help you, maybe it's just the cost of hiring a U-Haul, to getting some pizza and beer for your buddies, and that's pretty much it. Or maybe you want to hire a moving company because you're moving from one province to another, or sometimes, you have such a big home, you have a lot of furniture and stuff in your home that you need to hire a big company to help you move. And the cost of that, I guess it all depends on how much stuff you have. And a lot of times when it comes to a moving van, they charge by the weight. So if you have feather-like furniture and belongings, it'll probably cost you a lot less. And if you have heavy items that weigh more than a ton, or an elephant, or a big blue whale, it might cost you an arm and a leg. So here's the bonus, or the hidden cost of buying this property. Did you know that if you want to build a brand new home or buy a brand new home that no one's ever lived in, aside from your mortgage costs and inspections and all of that, you actually have to pay sales tax on it? Oh my goodness. Yes, there is sales tax. And depending on the province of where you live, whether it's Ontario, BC, Alberta, you have to pay anywhere from 5% to 7% to maybe even 13%. That is so much money. But nevertheless, if you want to buy something brand new or build a brand new home, that is a cost associated with it. So keep that in mind. Thanks again for joining me today. And make sure you check out the next video because we're going to talk about something really good here and you don't want to miss it.